When I think of lonely times in my life as a kid, part of it was when I lived with my mom and she wouldn't come home at night. You know, when you're like 6 years old or you're 7 years old, that's kind of scary.
Every child needs a hand to hold on to.
It was like Greg had no roots, no foundation, no real sense of belonging to anyone.
At the heart of the matter, sometimes life becomes a matter of the heart. It was a time in history where rock stars and celebrities seemed to have the answers to the meaning of life.
You think about the 60s, there was an empowering of young people, the likes of which this country has probably never seen.
We kind of thought these musicians were going to tell us what to do next.
However, the answers to those burning questions seemed to lead into the abyss.
Jimi Hendrix asked, "Are you experienced?" You know, and the whole thing was, "Man, have you been turned on yet?" Not just pot, LSD. That's the next frontier. So I was really afraid to do it, but I took LSD. I dropped acid, as we would say in those days. I had this bad trip. I remember I wanted to rip my clothes off. My friend stopped me.
A counter-revolution for truth began spilling onto high school and college campuses, sending a new message of hope to those who were willing to listen. However, that voice was not that of a rock star, but that of a balding middle-aged man spreading a message of love.
Something more than just salvation.
God raised up Chuck Smith. He changed his heart. He opened his heart up to kids like me.
Most of the kids in those days said you never can trust anybody over 25. That's one of the glorious things that the Lord did, is to help me to cross that generation barrier that did exist and to communicate to young people.
This is a story of acceptance.
This is what I've been searching for my whole life. The search is over.
A story of forgiveness and burying the past.
I wanted to offer hope to people who have been dealt a bad hand in life, or they themselves have done things that are wrong or foolish, and they feel as though there's no hope for them. I want them to know there can be redemption, and God can turn things around if they'll let Him. And I hope my story will inspire them to do that.
New Revolution Entertainment and Harvest Films present Lost Boy, a story of redemption.